Good evening, I'm Jeff Lyons. It is Tuesday, September 23rd, 9 o'clock, time for the 14First Alert Weather Show. I'm glad you're here. I'm watching your comments on the 14 News Facebook page. So give me a shout out there or let me know what's going on at your house, how much rain you've had, what the crops are doing, things like that. I always like to keep it interesting. We did get another round of rain this afternoon, at least here at the station and across Vanderburgh County. And it's one of many that will be coming this evening and through the day on Wednesday. Heavy rainfall at times. We may see some of that patchy fog out there again too in the morning. It'll be sunny by the weekend with temperatures rising into the middle 80s. So we have big improvements on the way. We can't complain about the rain. We've gone nearly 2 months without a significant rainfall. So we're kind of making up for lost time here. At the moment, the tri-state essentially clear. We have some rain out there by Patoka Lake, Birdseye out there in eastern Du Bois County, but otherwise it's quiet for now. More rain will begin to move in overnight, and some of these showers and storms may be on the strong side with gusty winds and very heavy rainfall. To the south, we have some training thunderstorms moving basically right along Interstate 40, and they could see some heavy rain there across Tennessee and northern Arkansas too. The latest updated high-resolution model showing more rain moving in after midnight and continuing through during the overnight hours, tapering off a bit in the morning, but still plan on having some rain during your day on Wednesday. By Wednesday night, the showers and storms continue to ignite to the southeast. Finally, everything moves to our east by Thursday afternoon, and then we have a northerly wind bringing down dry air and cooler temperatures too. So it is going to improve dramatically there. At least the sky will become sunny again as our rain chances basically zero out by Friday. Thursday's a transition, some rain in the morning, clearing in the afternoon. Thunderstorm risk is pretty low. We may hear some thunder, but severe weather doesn't appear to be a huge threat. We do have that level 1 or marginal outlook or risk on Wednesday, but again, other than maybe a hit or miss, a strong thunderstorm, we're not looking for an organized outbreak or anything like that, no tornadoes. For the next 7 days, the temperature then goes above normal again by about 4 to 6 degrees, and we have sunshine returning. It'll be a pretty nice weekend. Good one to get out there and mow your grass. If you have a lawn, it's going to actually probably grow. Temps are cool where we've had rain and a cold front drop in. You see a swath of 60s there from the Canadian border down to about the Ohio Valley. To our south, very soupy air. This is what's being drawn into the tri-state and producing all of the rain, very moist air. Temperatures are right around 70 degrees now. We're not going to cool much overnight, if at all. And the rain, when rain comes down, it might push the temperature back a few degrees. Today we were down to 64. We had a high of 82 this afternoon. And you see we got back into the 80s today with an 82-degree high, but it looks like we've snapped that 90-degree streak, hopefully for the rest of 2025. The rain that we got this afternoon here at the station, 4/10, I've not entered that on the graphic here yet, but that would put us up to well over an inch or so ahead of the normal amount. You know, yesterday's rain, Monday, was not a record setter. It came close, but we had almost 2.5 inches of rain. Last time that happened was on July the 19th, so nearly 2 months. And then these are some of the big 1 inch or plus rainfalls that we've had, the most recent ones. And of course, the one I think that stands out in everybody's mind was that June the 13th deal where we had nearly 4 inches of rain. So far in 2025, our biggest 24-hour rains shake out like this. In January, about 1.62. The blockbuster months were April and June. And in April, we had one that was 3.68. These are the biggest rains of each month. So there were many that were close to that, but not quite, which is why we had so much flooding back in April. Tomorrow, the temperature will pull back a bit, upper 70s for everybody involved. And looking ahead at the map here, things are kind of converging to our west, and all of that will move through then on Wednesday, which is the basis for showers and storms. Tropics are still pretty active. We have 2 areas we're watching now for possible named storms. It would be Umberto if either one of these decides to strengthen to tropical storm status. The more likely of the two is this one with a 90% chance. And this one's, at least the preliminary track, would take it away from the U.S. The other area of stormy weather here, right around the Windward and Leeward Islands, could track up and be more of a threat to, say, Florida and the southeast coast. Again, the model, this is many days out, but the models were kind of pointing it over that general direction. Gabrielle going bananas here, and will move on out and weaken as it moves towards Spain, so definitely not an issue here. We kind of have a pincer going on here. We have a warm front lifting up and a cold front dropping down, and where the squeeze occurs there is where we have that rain that will continue through tomorrow. Once the low gets to our east and the cold front sags through, that pretty much cuts off the moisture supply and brings us dry air from Canada, and colder or cooler too, at least for Friday. Then we warm up again over the weekend. In the long range, the GFS keeps us dry through the weekend. Notice this tropical system here kind of heading up toward the east coast, not making landfall, at least not on the GFS on this run, but coming close again to the Outer Banks. So that'll be one to watch, especially if you have plans to go out there sometime next week. 68 degrees, cloudy with some rain overnight, and then showers and storms during the day tomorrow. The high temperature up to 78 degrees. 7-day forecast is much better over the weekend, and that starts with Friday. We will have sunshine and then a great night for high school football there in the evening. Temperature outlook through the first week of October, taking temperatures above normal again. You saw those 85s, and drier than normal too. Our pet pick tonight, this is a good one, from Riley Seibert. Come on there, Riley Seibert. Did that change? It did not change. No, there it goes. All right, this is Riley Seibert. What he said was perhaps mowing the grass for the last time this season. Wishful thinking. He sent that in a couple days ago, and obviously we may get some more rain, even though that looks pretty dry there. It looks like my yard where you are right now. All right, let me look at your questions here, see if we have any concerns out there. Ricky Brown says, good evening. Cheyenne Hammonds, good evening. Good evening, Cheyenne. Lisa Holder, it's raining in Mexico. All right, I assume that's Mexico, right? Jared Eagleson, looks like a nice weekend. It does indeed. Jeanette Rice is on. Good evening, Jeanette. Paula Schaefer. William Raleigh, Jeff Miller got lucky, he said. Yeah, with all that rain out there. 9/10 at Saval just today. And of course, yesterday we had over an inch, I think, at just about everybody's house, at least that I've talked to. For Science Corner, it's a little early to start thinking about the leaves changing colors, but they will. Typically here in the tri-state, our peak color comes in late October. So we're still about a month away from that. And we usually enjoy, I always think of it, it seems to me like the peak color has come around Election Day the last few years, and Election Day is always the first Tuesday after the first Monday. So, between the 2nd and 7th or so, that first week of November, whenever it is, I was walking to the poll. Did we vote? We voted last year, didn't we? 24. And boy, the leaves were gorgeous during that time of the year, early October or early November. The thing that makes the leaves change, of course, is the change in the weather. It gets cooler outside, and so that chlorophyll, which is the chemical that makes a tree's leaf green, begins to break down, and that allows the other chemicals within the leaf to then become visible. And there are three principal chemicals in there that cause color. So yellow is xanthophyll, orange is carotene, think of like carrots, they're orange, and then red is anthocyanin. And those compounds, and these are organic, by the way, too. It's not like we can, get in a laboratory and make a leaf, but the chemicals or the compounds in the leaves then become visible. And different species of trees have different ratios of these things. Maples have a lot more red in them, so anthocyanin and orange tends to be the oak, and the yellow leaves are more like birch, and we've got a yellow one in our yard, a ginkgo. Those turn yellow. So anyway, we still have a month to go. We got to get through the West Side Nut Club Fall Festival first. So bright colors are more likely when we've had cool nights and late summer heat. Well, we've gotten both of those things, so we'll check those boxes. Now we just have to wait and see what the leaves decide that we want to see once they mature and begin to change colors. All right, let's see if we have any other questions here. Ground soaking it up fast enough, says Paula Schaefer. It is. It just, you can almost hear the slurping out there as the rain fell and it's percolating down into that dry soil. So anyway, a little more rain tonight and through the day tomorrow, and then we should taper things off. I appreciate you watching the stream show here tonight and every night. I will see you on 14 News at 10. Until then, stay safe. Have a good night.